What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Mighty Show. You are going to be in for a treat. We're talking about possibly one of the best Apple TV shows to come out recently. That's how high I think this show is, and it's going to get even better, I believe. I want to talk about it. We got season 2, episode 1, 2, and 3 to break down. So, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Come back, watch our video, and see what we're saying lines up with you. If not, let us know in the comments section. Be a subscriber, hit the like button, do all those cool things. Speaking of cool things and cool people, gotta bring in. He's with me in a silo. There he is.
So
Apparently, silos wear black shirts. So
it's got to be a thing, I guess.
what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do?
Oh man, yeah.
Let's do this, man. Woo!
I agree. I've never watched any Apple TV before, and you guys were like, you got to check out Silo, and yeah, Silo is really damn good.
So for those of you who don't know, Sheldon didn't watch any Silo at all.
I haven't watched any Apple TV at all. To be honest,
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I'll enlighten you. There's a couple other shows in there that we reviewed that I'll tell you to watch as well to make it worth your while.
Sounds good.
So we sent out for you to do some homework before we start this program. That's why last week we weren't here because Sheldon did his homework on time. So blame Sheldon why we didn't have a show last week. But we actually were doing work on Sunday, so we couldn't double back on that. But you watched season 1, you binged it,
powered through that.
Lucky for you, because we didn't get a chance to binge it. We had to wait week after week of excruciating cliffhangers.
I can understand.
I hate the one thing I hate about the show is the cliffhangers.
It keeps you drawn in, though, man.
I know.
That's what they did such a good job with.
But it's such a piss off that I wait another 7 days.
For a while in season 1, I was confused as to who the main character was until about episode 4, and then I was like, oh, it's this lady. But I still don't even think she's still the main character. I feel like there's like
really
there's a focus on her for sure.
Rebecca Ferguson,
yeah,
who plays Juliet.
Yes, there's her. But then we got like Common into the mix, who plays Robert Sims, and he's been featured quite a bit throughout those episodes.
Isn't Common one of the most coolest guys around?
One of them, yeah.
He's just so smooth.
Yeah,
puts his jacket on.
I feel like he plays the same character though in a lot of his shows. Like I don't know if you remember.
I know he's just so cool about it. Just like you're gonna do this. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Put on my jacket. He always has a leather jacket for some reason in any show that he does.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean, though, bro. I don't know if you remember Wanted, but he kind of feels like the same.
He's the Dwayne Johnson of TV shows.
That's what it feels like, man.
So yeah, he's in there. We've got some heavy hitters. We got Tim Robbins in there.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, I haven't seen him act in a while. That was quite surprising to see. I was like, okay.
He plays Bernard.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
He was the head of IT, and then he became mayor. Which was, I was like, was this planned? I don't know. But
one of the characters that you thought could be the starting character is Bernard. Sorry, not Bernard. Paul Billings, the sheriff.
Yes. Yeah.
The interim sheriff that becomes the sheriff, right?
Yes.
By the way, to anybody out there who hasn't seen season 1 and 2, these are heavy spoilerish talks. So you might want to come back and check our shows out after you watch this beautiful show. We're doing spoiler-filled reviews. We're doing season 2 right now because season 1 ended last year or the year before that.
Yeah.
One thing I like about this show is the turnaround for new seasons is quite fast.
It's like a year,
less than a year and a half ago. Right?
I like that because it keeps it keeps people excited for what's to come, and then it'll keep them engaged, and it'll keep people talking about it too, which is cool.
Yeah, one of the things I can't stand is when a show comes back 3 years later, and I'm like, "What really happened? I forgot." There's so many shows that do that, and I understand some shows take longer than others to film because of the complexities some shows require. I get But come on, like seriously, 3, 4 years? No,
No,
can't
that
do that.
that's how you kill a show, man. I don't
Yeah,
care what kind of hype it
yeah.
had last time. Like, I think we talked about this with Chris on the on Popcorn Chicken, where Stranger Things came up, and it's been a very long time, and I'm not as excited for it anymore.
I
It
know.
is what it is. Yeah,
I know a lot of people have complained is Millie Brown's scheduling because she is become a big time star now,
right.
and she does a lot of other stuff. She's done Godzilla recently. She does so many other things. Sherlock Holmes. I think what's the daughter, the sister's name?
Oh, I can't
Something.
remember what.
Anyways, whatever
Yeah.
her Holmes last name, whatever she does that for Netflix. She's got a deal with Netflix to do multiple shows. So there's problems there, and then you have some of the other kids who have gone on to like one of the other kids went to do Ghostbusters, right? And so I guess because of the popularity of some of these actors, it's become harder to corral them and to get them to do the show. I get
Hmm.
that, but uh, I haven't seen Silo. Is it better than Penguin? No, it's not. I'll
It
tell you that
well,
right now.
hold on.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's it's a different kind of show.
Well, of
Okay,
course. I
for
mean, there's
sure.
no. I mean, there is
Yeah,
gangsters, but
yeah.
different type of gangster.
There is. But I wouldn't go in expecting it to be like Penguin. It's in its own category, and it's good. Like I would say,
Well, you're elaborating on something here. For me, it was a simple yes or no. Is it better or not?
mhm,
But I understand where you're coming from.
yeah,
It's a very
it's a
different.
very good show.
It's
Yeah,
a very very good show, but very different show
different. Yeah.
altogether, right? From the way they film it, because you're limited to certain scenes and certain locales, right? Um, I have Apple. Any tips before watching Silo? Tips, I would say, just listen. This is a post-apocalyptic type of story.
Hmm.
There's a lot of mystery shrouded in this first season,
Very
and
much so. Yeah.
there's a lot of anticipation. What's going to happen around that corner? What is really happening? What are they doing? Why are they doing this? So there's a lot of that, and
Yeah.
you're lucky because you're going to watch it and binge it, so you won't get frustrated like I was,
Yeah.
right? So
And you'll
I,
still
I
have some questions by season 2, I think, as well.
yeah,
Because there's
and
still a couple things that I'm like, they haven't really answered it quite yet. So, yeah.
yeah, I definitely say check it out now. So if you don't want to get spoiled, I'd say you check out here and go watch it, binge it. But
Yeah.
it's a slow burn, so that's one thing I told you about that, right?
Hmm.
And I warned you about it. The
Yeah.
first 2 or 3 episodes is a slow burn because they're trying to set things up. But once that train gets out of that station and starts chugging along, it gets better and better, and it
It,
becomes pretty cool at the end.
yeah. It just starts cranking out, man. It's,
Yeah,
yeah, you start learning things that the layers get peeled back a little bit,
yeah.
and they reveal things, but they don't reveal too much. So it kind of grips you still. It's
Hmm.
solid show.
So you've been warned. We're gonna get into season 2, episode 1 here. Fair warning to everybody right now. Okay. Uh, shall we begin?
Yeah. It was
Tastas, I don't mind getting spoiled. I got
okay.
spoiled Peaky Blinders. Hey, I'm just letting you know we're gonna start spoiling talks for season 2 right now. I've done my part. If you want to hang out, no problem.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think we'll be able to give you every little detail, but I think what we
Mhm.
could do is kind of talk about what's happening in season 2, and it starts off with the banger right off the bat. There's no time wasting here.
No. No,
Unlike
we
season
see
1, there's no time wasting on season 2.
yeah. What we see is a group of people trying to figure out what they want to do, and they end up going to war in the silo, right? Uh Guns are firing, bridges have been destroyed, platforms are being built over the bridges to get to the other side because they want to get the hell out. They want out of the damn silo. All hell breaks loose. And eventually, there's a group of people do end up walking out.
Mm-hmm.
And that for me was compelling as hell.
So, what's interesting here is end of season 1, when Juliet comes out, you finally get the answer that we've been all looking for: is, are they alone?
Yes.
Is this a singular silo that has a certain amount of humanity in it? I believe 10,000 was the number that they mentioned.
That's correct. Yeah, 10,000. Yep.
We find out that this is not the only silo.
No.
They are, in fact, over 30 silos spread
Yes.
out.
Yep.
But here's the crazy part. That's just one part of the country.
That's the insanity about it, right? It's
One part of the country.
yeah. It kind of
So
makes you wonder what else is
it could
out
be
there.
thousands. It could be thousands of silos. Thousands of silos. Each of them holding at least a minimum of 10,000 people if they survive.
Yeah.
Right? So one of the things that humans don't do well is in small captivities, they kind of get crazy. Right?
Yeah.
So
what do they call it? Like cabin fever or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. And they start getting the shakes or something like that. They start getting symptoms of like all these, right? Yeah. Fallout is amazing. That's another great show. Another post-apocalyptic show that is fantastic. Have you seen it?
No, that one is still one that's on my list that I gotta watch.
Yeah. During the holidays, put that in rotation, man. You'll thank me.
All right.
So far, I haven't done you wrong, man. I haven't done you wrong.
That's fair. It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely say you put that on rotation. You'll have good times with that one.
For sure.
You'll have a blast. But yeah, going back to this. So season 2, it continues from where season 1 off immediately. There's no break. There's no stretch of timeline, nothing. And it's her walking into another silo where she sees sort of damaged and destroyed a little bit.
A bunch of bodies everywhere.
And the flashback that we got was the explanation of why there's bodies there, because they broke out. They had a riot there to get out. Now, here's my theory, okay?
I'm listening.
One of them did a Juliet, right? And they all got pissed off.
Yes.
Is that person in the silo that she came from?
I wondered about that as I was watching.
I got my 2 candidates.
I was watching this because it was apparently, according to this dude, that person survived out there longer than what should have been. And they blamed maybe that there was a lapse, maybe the wind blew away things, but then it came back. We don't know what happened to this person that walked out that got this crowd riled up to walk the hell out. And part of me I think we're on the same page with it. It's the same dude that's in the vault, possibly?
No.
No, you don't think so?
That's the kid. That was the kid for the dad told the guy to take him back. Remember, in the crowd?
Was it?
That's him.
His
dad said
no. The kid walked out with him.
No, are you sure?
Yeah, the kid walked out with him.
I thought he was sent back. Maybe I missed that part.
Like, he got sent back, but as they were walking up the steps, the dad was there, the mom was there, and the kid was beside the mom.
Yes.
And then when Juliet was walking to the silo, the dad was there with the flag, dead, and then there was an older person, a bigger person holding a child. Unless the kid did run back, I don't know. After that
was my theory, is that kid was him growing up. Maybe I don't know, but yeah. So going back to what you're saying, those dead bodies that she had to now walk over
and crushing. She was crushing those bodies like it didn't matter. Yeah.
And so she had to walk into the entry point of this other silo. And so my theory is, I think somebody left the silo, and I'm gonna say Bernard. I'm gonna say Bernard left that silo and came to this silo.
Why? Okay, I'm curious.
Either Bernard. Here's my 2 candidates: Bernard and the other lady that he speaks to, the mayor.
Interesting.
Is it the mayor? No, he's the mayor, isn't he?
He's the mayor now. Yes, he is the mayor now.
Who's the other lady? The lady
that talking about the judge.
Judge, that's it.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember her name, but I think it's one of those 2 that left the other silo.
It's Judge Mary Meadows. That's what her name. That's
So
ridiculous.
one of the reasons why these people would get, restless and rebel against the control situation is because they saw somebody leave and they were fine.
Mm. Yes, that is definitely one of the reasons why. Yeah.
And I think it's one of these two that went into this silo.
Interesting.
That's just a theory.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Because why I say that is, and I know we're trying to mix all the episodes together, which kind of is something we have to do because we're not going to be here till tomorrow morning.
Right.
But we'll kind of jump back and forth to and connect things together between the three episodes. But why I say that is because you see the two of them like very cautious about telling the secrets, information, letting anybody know what's going
Mhm.
on, because one, they're afraid of rebellion, right? Chaos.
Yeah.
That there's other silos out there. Why can't we go see them? But I just think that they are also cautious, is because they don't want people to run out and kill them. So
Correct.
I think they're doing right by the society by
They
preventing
are,
this.
sorry, go ahead. Go
Right?
ahead.
They're preventing the secret from getting out.
Mhm.
But I think there should have been a better way of doing it. Like, hey, there's other societies out there, but we can't go and see them because it's so dangerous out there,
Yeah.
right?
Well, one of the things too, I think, is there's resource management that needs to be had, right? Like these silos are very big on recycling their products and getting them reused, especially like clothes, books, things like that. Like that silo, they have to, because they just can't make new things anymore.
No.
They're relying on whatever scraps and junks that they have within the silos to make new things. So, like, I agree with you. Like, what they're doing is they are trying to do right by the silos. They are trying to protect the people, but it is very odd how they're going about it, especially when
Yeah.
they send people out to clean. My question is, why would you want the people you send out to clean see what they see, but with the silo people seeing what, like, you know what I mean? It's confusing. Why would you want to
Yeah.
show them a
That's the
narrative that's
yeah.
different? It
That's the
doesn't make
thing that
sense.
that's the thing that's the to me, that's the only mystery left here.
Yes, I 100% agree with that. And I don't know if we're going to
Why
get that
deceive
answer.
them when they're outside?
Right? Because now it's weird, because it kind of it's what's inciting the like rebellions to happen. It's what's inciting people to question the status quo. And I thought the whole point was to prevent this from happening.
But it could also be a method of weeding out the weak, weeding out the toxic people
For
by saying,
sure.
"Hey, you want to go out? Okay." And then they know that the outfit they put on, the screen being changed to something else, is to just make you stay there long enough that you die in front of them,
Right.
the eyes of other people. Because
Right.
the
But then
reason why Juliet survived is, one, they put tape around her in the
the mechanical tape that they use for
yeah,
the generator.
yeah,
Yeah.
which helped prevent any leakage, right? Because
Mhm.
apparently the outfit can get leaks,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So that helped her. And then the other thing was she was able to turn off the screen on there.
Well, I think what happened is it lost connection. Once she got past that hill,
Yeah,
it
because they
lost
usually fall at the just before the hill because of
beforehand.
the leak gets to them, right?
Uh-huh.
And so when she got over the connection, you're right, it got just severed. And everybody saw her pass that hill, which has never happened before,
Yeah.
right?
And she didn't clean. She did not clean, which was the other thing about it. And that's what kind of wrecked people. They were like, why? Something's different out there, you know? But
Yeah,
what's weird though, like, I just want to go back to the very first episode and this whole like inciting thing. Um, the old sheriff's wife, oh my god, I can't remember what her name was now. Um, the very first sheriff, um, when his wife went outside, she told him, "When I clean, that means it's good outside. If I don't, I'll wave to you goodbye." I'm like, you're just confusing people at that point. You're inciting like speculation that it is better outside. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Why would you want them to do that?
Kate.
Kate, thank you.
He just
Uh,
started watching it right now, Tab.
oh, spoilers. We warned you.
No, I think he likes it. It's a prequel now for him.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, anyways, that's all I wanted to say about that. It's just it's a weird situation that they put them in, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so let's jump into season 2 back here. So she finally walks over all these dead bodies, and she's going uh into the entrance of
Mhm.
this other silo, and she gets to there, and it's a rundown, filled with water,
Yep.
no electricity.
Yep.
It's basically neglected for however long it is, probably 10 years, 20 years, maybe, right?
Probably longer than that. Like, who
Yeah.
really knows at this point, right? But
And so she has to figure out how to get to the main corridor area from the stairs. Of course, there's a bridge broken. It reminds me like a video game, like Uncharted or something, where it's like you can see where you're supposed to go, but they're like, nope, you got to find another way
you
around.
got to figure it out. Yep. It's
Yeah,
a puzzle
to,
of some sort.
yeah.
Yep.
I hate that about games, by the way.
Just let me get to the path, man.
Yeah, I
You know?
see it right there. Just give me a ladder, god damn it. Yeah. You all are so far ahead, so I can't process any spoilers, so I am safe.
Hey, fair
Oh yeah,
enough, man.
yeah. No. Don't worry. Don't
Whatever
worry.
works.
Yeah, don't worry. You'll still enjoy it. I'm telling you, you'll still enjoy it.
Mhm.
The whole storyline is great to enjoy. So she finally, gets some rope. She MacGyvers her way to the other side, and she had a tough time. She fell in the water, so she can't swim.
No, not at all.
She can't swim.
Yep, and she has kind of a massive panic attack too, and she like ends up wrecking her whole suit. She like breaks off the freaking screen with a crowbar, and or her she starts cutting her like suit up and stuff because she's like panic attack, and claustrophobic. She can't breathe. It's just
Yeah,
yeah.
but her suit was also running out of oxygen too. She had to get in there, right?
See, I don't know if it was running out of oxygen or if she was just having that panic attack of claustrophobia where she
Mm.
can't breathe.
So you thought panic attack? I thought oxygen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she was like, but you're right. It could be either one. Yeah,
I
you're
don't
right.
know.
When
That's
you
the
just
whole
said
thing
panic
with the
attack, I
show.
kind of like, you know what? Maybe you're right. It could be panic attack, right?
Yeah. No, I didn't even think about the oxygen. So
Oh, you went
thank
straight
you for
panic. It's funny.
yeah,
Like,
I'm like
I thought oxygen the whole time.
because for me she was like alone. She's in this big silo. I would freak out too a little bit, man.
Because I think whole idea of that suit was to prevent anything coming in.
Yes.
So that's where I thought of oxygen, because I'm like, okay, she's running out of oxygen. She needs to get the suit off, and she's trying to frantically get the suit off
Yeah.
because she needs to breathe. The air is reducing in her suit.
Yeah.
So that's why she breaks the window, right? That's
You know
why
what I thought
so
originally with the people dying as they went outside? I thought whatever they were breathing in the suit, like the oxygen might have been laced with a poison that was gonna slowly kill them. That's what I thought at first.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hey, we don't know that detail as well yet,
Yeah.
right? There's a lot of mystery shrouded in the show, which I like. I don't mind, right?
Mhm.
As long as we get the answers eventually,
Yes.
right? I don't
I
want to wait
hope so.
till season 5 to get answers, right? Like, I had somebody online compare this to Lost,
Ooh. Okay.
and I'm like, don't do that, because we know the ending was not good. People are pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a very lazy way to end it. But so yeah, she finally gets to the other side after struggling, and then she finds electricity. She finds some more dead bodies.
A
She
lot of
finds a
writing on the
vault.
walls
Yeah, a
in the
lot of
vault.
writing. She finds a vault,
Yeah.
and then she finally finds a giant, um, what is it? Metal door? I want to say,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. Like, she basically used wheel barrels to get it across. I found that a
Yeah.
little unrealistic, because if this door is as heavy as it looks,
She
because
shouldn't be
it's
able to. Not at all. No, she
no,
shouldn't be able to do any sort of openings
yeah.
or lifting. But I mean, she did have like a pulley system, so she kind of used physics a little bit. I'm like, okay,
Well,
I'll
she
give it
used
that.
physics to get it across,
Yeah.
but the initial part of how she was able to get it, I mean, yeah, it's not far fetched.
Not, but not too believable.
It just felt kind of weird. I was like, this is a very heavy door.
Yeah,
Those barrels should get crushed,
absolutely. Yeah, no,
right?
absolutely, man.
Unless those barrels have liquid in it, it's
Different
getting
story.
crushed. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
getting crushed. But
yeah.
if they had liquids in it, she's not going to be able to move them
Move it.
either.
Mm-mm.
They're going to be heavy barrels. But whatever, you kind of just go with the flow, right? For the story's sake. She MacGyvered it. There you
Yeah.
go. And she got it there. She made a sturdy bridge, which was great. Now she has ability to go in and out from that place. That was
Yep.
nice. And then we get the surprise at the end of episode 1. Vault opens up. We see a guy with 2 different colored pupils, which is very weird and scary at the same time. We see somebody saying, "Hello, hi there. If you try to open this door, I'm going to kill you." And that shocked me. I was like, whoa.
I felt fear a little bit because she's alone in this silo. It may be built the same, but she doesn't know her way around it realistically.
She has no idea who's behind that vault.
Yeah.
Taz says, Lost started really good. Like you said, the problem is that the mystery boxes either don't make sense or not answer at all. Yeah. I mean, if anybody hasn't seen Lost, I mean, sorry, spoiler alert.
Yep.
It's only 20 years old, that show. But yeah, the ending, I was not happy with it. It's just like everybody's dead, and this is all like, I'm like, shut up.
It was like Game of Thrones.
You just wasted my whatever 5 years of watching this show.
Big waste of time.
Thanks. should just told me they'd see dead people.
Right.
It ended it all right there for me. But anyways, they made their money. They know what they're doing.
Yep.
Imagine trying to keep that secret today in social media.
Not possible. Something's gonna get leaked. Someone's gonna leak something. And
they wrote this 5 years before the show ended,
which is wild. Absolutely wild.
They knew the outcome before they started production.
I think that's fine though. You know, if you have a beginning and you have an end in mind, filling in the gaps, I don't mind that.
It's not that I'm talking about. I'm just saying how they kept that a secret.
Oh, I see.
How it didn't leak from the many actors that came and went, right? For the people in production. Well, I mean, obviously people in production might not be previous to that, but the actors definitely were privy to some of it. Well, especially the ones that stayed the duration, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, NDAs play a thing. People disappearing in Hollywood happen all the time. So, you know, things happen.
Shit happens. Yeah, I wonder I don't see some of these people still anymore. Hey, where did they go?
Exactly.
Oh, they're taking a shit at a bus stop, right? True story. I saw this in Crenshaw 2 months ago.
I'm not surprised.
I'm rolling down Crenshaw in my Escalade that we ordered a driver to go to the football game, and then we get to a red light, Crenshaw and something. We get to a red light. I look to my right. I'm just looking around. I'm like, oh, look, on Crenshaw. We always hear about this in the movies, right? Especially Rush Hour, right?
Yeah.
And then I look over and I see this dude just taking a deuce right on the bus stop. And it's just like bombs dropping every 2 seconds, right? And I'm like, can this light turn green fast enough? Like, oh my God. It was so brutal.
Didn't want any chocolate toppings on your banana split.
Oh.
That was out of hand. I'm sorry.
That's wrong in every level right now. And we just lost our viewers. I'm so sorry, folks.
Oh.
He's new here. He's an intern.
Oh, damn.
Anyway, let's get back on track here. What was I forgot. I lost my train of thought.
Thank you, Gustav. Thank you. I appreciate you still being here.
How much did he pay you? I lost my train of thought now. How did we get to Crenshaw and some guy taking a deuce?
I don't even know. I just the guy in the vault being all crazy and stuff. I don't know how we got there. How does he go to the bathroom?
Well, we don't know what's behind it. How did he survive all these years?
Right.
Well, we did get a hint.
Yes,
we did get a hint.
We did.
He He doesn't get out of the vault, but then we saw 2 fresh bodies there.
Yes, fresher than the other ones.
Yes. So I think the 2 of them wanted to either get in from another silo
Mm-hmm.
or he let them out
Oh.
and screwed them.
Ooh. Oh, you just blew my mind. Interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be messed up. That'd be messed up if that was the case, man.
He has a bit of schizo in him,
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
right?
100%.
He flips flops like he's got a bipolar disease or something. Like he flips flops, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what is at play here is because you see it in the first episode at the end, like, I'm gonna kill you. And then all of a sudden he's like, did you want food? Are you okay?
Well, I
Right?
mean, he even stated the only reason why you ate that or put that out there was so I thought so I could know that you were
And he's
real.
hallucinating.
Yeah. So and when she, I found freaking hilarious when she was like, "Do you see people?" He's just like, "Close." What kind of answer is that, man? He's just like, "I'm not gonna answer this question." He Donald Trump the whole thing.
He took the 5th. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm waiting for Alvin to watch Gav. Best
What's
show of the
Gav?
season for me. The show is too good for the genre. Elaborate. Is that an acronym? Gav? I'm not familiar with this.
I'm
If
looking
you
it
can
up.
elaborate on that, I'll definitely let you.
Oh, I think it's Common Writer Gav.
Ah, okay.
It's like a new show.
Where does one find this? On what platform? Or do I have to go to a friend's house?
You to go to a friend's house. That's interesting.
I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to get us to veer off so he can continue watching without spoiling it for him.
Without spoilers, yeah.
I know what you're doing. It's not gonna work. We're spoiling it now. Let me ask you about some characters here. Juliet, Bernard,
Yes.
Common's character. Who do you like and who you don't like? Who you're very curious about?
So far, okay. I do like Paul Billings. I think he's a genuine dude. He's just there to maintain the order of the silo. Follow the rules, make sure people are safe, not try to get people out. And he's also doing it for like his wife and kid, like that's why he took the job, to protect them, to make sure they're safe. And I just feel like Paul just wants to do the right thing, but his world is being turned upside down with the things that are going on. He doesn't really know what to believe anymore, but he's still trying to follow the damn rules. I do like Juliet. I think she's a great character. She pushes the boundaries where people won't, realistically. And she's always questioning the things, but she's not unreasonable to the point where if she's wrong, she'll admit it and she'll go back to try to fix things, like we're seeing right now after what she's been told.
I agree with you. One thing I also like about her character is they wrote her as not an insufferable, annoying person.
No, not at all.
She's very inquisitive. She's always trying to push the envelope, but she's doing it with a little bit of hesitation and fear.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because she's
And
unsure.
You need that with the character. You can't have a character knowing that they'll never be in trouble, or they're too above the law, or they're too smart. I hate characters like that. I need the character to be realistic. She knows that she's a target.
Yeah.
Right. She knows she's got a target on her back. She knows that what she's doing is very dangerous, but she has to do it because there's something that is pushing her inside. Obviously, her mom is one of the reasons, right? She wants to get to the bottom of this because as a young girl, she was highly touted. She's very intelligent, but she also is someone who gets into trouble and doesn't know how to get her way around. She goes into alleys she's not supposed to, and then she gets smacked around, right? Which is good. Allison, not Katie. Allison, as I'm watching in Spanish. Oh,
gotcha.
¿Qué pasó? Okay, so So I like that character quite a bit. Obviously, we talked about Common's character Robert
Mm-hmm.
Sims. They call him Sims, right?
Yep. Yep.
I like
Agent
him.
Sims.
I really like that character because he's sort of one tier below the top dogs,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
judge and the mayor.
And I think he's going to remain that way for a little bit. He was promised something and he ain't getting it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not happy.
Mm-mm. And neither is his wife. I feel like his wife is going to play a little bit more this season.
And the wife did work in that in a certain department too.
Yeah, I think she worked for the judge, but the judge had no idea who the hell she was.
And let's not forget that one of the biggest things also in this show is there is a lot of hidden cameras.
Yes.
A lot
A
of hidden
lot that
cameras.
they don't know
Almost
about.
every room has a camera.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Every room, behind every mirror, there is a camera.
I mean, that could be some entertaining stuff there, right? If you're watching. So I don't know what you're talking about. I'm talking about like getting, rumors and spoilers, but you're off in the gutters.
Hey man,
They're in the silo gutters. But yeah, so then she finds out about these cameras too, right? That's part of season 1 is also finding out there's a lot of hidden cameras. Why do we have cameras inside of our houses? What are they keeping from us? What are they watching us for? Right?
Well, Sheriff Holston found out about them, right? He put the plants in front of his mirrors. He took it to Gloria's room, put it in front of her mirror, and that's where he hid that weird magazine thing too, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he left clues for the next sheriff, left clues for Juliet, not the next sheriff, but for Juliet specifically, for her to go and find. And that was pretty revealing. I was like, there's interesting things going on here, man. With the whole flowers being knocked down, him hiding the thing in the goddamn ventilation areas. I was like, okay, Mr. Sheriff Holston, you left the groundwork for her to succeed here a little bit. I dig it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we have a lot of these things, help us get through season 1 and answer some of these things. Season 2, 1, 2, and 3. We have 2 main storylines happening right now.
Yes. I dig this too.
One could say you could have a third, but the 2 main storylines is you have Juliet off in another silo, and then you also have all the basement dwellers.
Civil unrest is happening.
Yeah, with
mechanical.
So the flashback that we saw with the other silo is sort of giving us that vibe with these guys.
Yeah.
At an earlier stage. Where they're sharpening their pitchforks and getting their knives out, right? Like they're like, hey, I'm not liking this. And one of the ones to head up is Shirley Campbell, the character.
I hate her, by the way. I hate her
character. I could see that. I could 100% see that.
I find her a little insufferable.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just maybe it's just bad acting. I might chalk it up to this because her character, when we get to her anger scenes and her flipping out, it doesn't feel genuine. It feels way too forced. And I feel like I might be stretching things a little bit, but it feels like she's angry for the wrong reasons.
She feels, you know what it is? She's not methodical.
No.
Juliet's very methodical when she approaches certain things. This one heads in first, doesn't think.
Yeah. She just
gets herself in so much. Yeah, she lets her anger ride, but she also gets into a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And one of the things we see is one of her partners or friends, Cooper.
Yes. Yeah.
Because of her
shadow.
Yeah. So because of her, Shirley Campbell's her, think second and attack first.
Yep.
They had a bit of a dust up, and Cooper gets shot.
Yep. All because somebody who got arrested. It was Teddy. Teddy got arrested. And Teddy's a semi-new character. I don't know how big of a role he's going to be playing in season 2. But this kid, essentially, he got arrested because he did graffiti. And apparently graffiti is not allowed because it incites rebellion. It glorifies people, things like that. And they didn't want that.
No.
Yeah.
So Teddy is locked up for
Yep.
all the wrong reasons, but we
Yep.
also have Robert Sims talking to
K-
a
Uh,
guy in a chair.
Patrick Kennedy is his name.
Okay,
That's the
there
character's
you
name
go.
anyway. Sorry.
He basically wants there's ability for them to remove their memories.
I don't know how much of that I believe.
Is that a lie?
I feel like it might be. I feel like there's a I mean there are drugs that can do that, but with how he said how far back it can go seems a little too far fetched to me.
Yeah,
Because when they were making that deal between him and between Kennedy and Sims, with Sims being common, he wanted to go back 22 years, and the look on Common's face was like, okay, sure, like he just agreed to it, but not knowing if it was a real thing that they could do or not, is what it felt like to me. I could be
yeah,
wrong. I could be wrong, but that's what it felt like to me. Because he didn't want to remember his wife anymore.
yeah. Well, he's
It's great.
pained by it, right? Yeah,
Oh, 100%. But like
yeah, yeah.
for a person to be like, I don't want to remember her, like, how do you do that? How do you do somebody you were with for so many years and you're just like, I don't want to remember me loving her anymore? Like, I get it was painful, man, but
Yeah.
damn, you willing to sacrifice all those memories,
I'm sure there's good memories too, right?
right?
And so you want to replace all of that. I kind of find that, I mean, you look at it from, I obviously have a partner, and for me, it's just like, okay, well, there's good days and bad days, of course.
Yeah.
Why would I want to remove all of it? Right? I wouldn't want that.
Mm-mm.
So I
Because then
just,
you
yeah.
also kind of lose yourself as a person and who you grew to be,
Well,
right?
you become somebody better, like I guess for a good marriage, right? You become
Yep.
someone better,
Yep.
right? You learn from each other and you develop into a better person. And to remove all that, that means that what, you're going to revert back to your
What you used to be.
like a version 1.0 instead of 2.0 kind of thing, right? Like
Yeah.
you're downgrading your upgrade, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And I really like that part about the writing because it made it feel like a real situation, and it makes you kind of question, like, if you were in that situation, would you do the same thing?
yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah. I The show put like questions a lot of like humanity aspects, which is cool.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of decisions you make can impact you in the long term, right? So
Yeah.
we have the big assembly in front of everybody because everyone's wondering where's Juliet, and the mayor basically says that she wanted. So this is the other situation, is where he is trying to tell everybody that she wanted to go out.
This was a five-head move on his part. And what I mean by that is this dude finessed the shit out of this situation.
Yes,
I was like,
book him for
I kind of
president,
like,
baby. Book him for president of the
yeah,
silos.
I'm like, you a dick, but I like how you did this shit.
you Donald Trump in this, boy.
Straight up, man.
Yeah, and he just cleaned his whistle.
But he couldn't do it without the backing of Judge Meadows.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it would not have it wouldn't have gone the way he wanted it to. And it was
but
surprising.
but the judge is also on to him too. In
And
episode
that's why she
2 and
wants
3, you
out.
see more. You see the sheriff and her working together.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
that's why she
under
wants out a little bit,
yeah.
She doesn't
Do
want to
you
be there.
do you think that she wants Bernard to be gone,
No, I think she wants to get away from him. I mean,
not be attached to him?
yeah. I mean, the reason why she became the judge and not his shadow was she even said it, like, you weren't straight up with me. She's like, if we're gonna do this, if you want me backing you, I need to know, you need to be 100% transparent with me.
So also, she did say she wants to go out and clean.
Yeah, she
So I
does.
I was just thinking that my theory is probably squashed now because I'm thinking that the two people that I picked, Bernard and her, the judge, I don't think they're the ones that came from the other side because we don't know how many generations it's been.
No,
This
no,
could
we
be like the
don't.
third generation.
And the other thing too is like, how would they even get to the silos when most of the silos are closed off? The only weird spot that we saw, and this was back in the first season, was when they showed the blueprints of the silos. There was that one little hatch that connected to somewhere
Yes.
underground, and people were like, "Where does that go?" My mind was like, "It's connecting to the other silos, 100% guaranteed."
Oh, when they built that, there's connection.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Just
But
because,
when we saw in season 1, we saw a lot of water,
yeah, yeah.
and nobody knows how to swim.
No. Yep. And I have a weird feeling. I think what the reason why they built those tunnels was because if a rebellion does go down and there are people that do survive, or population control gets out of place, certain people can use that hatch to escape to the other silos. So they're not overpacked with things.
Or if the other silos don't survive, these silos can go in there and take the resources.
Yes. Ooh, yes. Holy crap. I didn't even think about that.
I do that sometimes. I've done it twice in this episode for you.
Yeah. Yes, you
So,
have.
I think that Juliet could come back and say, "Hey, there's a whole silo that we can get resources from." And she could be like, she could catapult herself to the top of the podium here.
Oh, you're blowing my mind right now.
And you're right, because the other thing that also triggers me is the guys at the bottom, the trolls, I call them. Remember the guy says,
"That's messed up, man. They keep the whole silo alive, bro. What do you mean?"
All right, okay, fine,
goddamn
fine.
heroes.
The blue collar workers down below. You happy? So the blue collars down below, the main guy, what's his name? I keep forgetting. The guy that's always talking to Shirley.
Oh, the one that's in charge.
Is it Patrick?
I thought it was.
I think it's Patrick.
Knox. No, it's Knox.
Is it Knox?
Yeah, the one who's the guy that's in charge of the mechanical, right?
Yeah. Is it Knox?
Yeah, it's Knox. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It is Knox. His profile shows him without a beard. Shane McRae. So yeah, Knox shows her in that underground area that there's like something there. Right? She's like, I thought we're not supposed to go to this area or something like that, right? She says something on the lines of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if there's a connection to the other silos from this tunnel.
I would have to assume so, man.
So instead of going up and out, they could be going down and out.
Yep. Because the up is still not safe, or at least we think it's still not safe.
Well, it's not safe because she was trying to get back in to get oxygen.
Right. Oh yeah. Right. Yeah.
We don't know if it's safe or not, but you're right. We don't conclusively know if it's safe or not. But she was having a hard time breathing because her oxygen was running out, and she didn't take it out there because you don't know.
Yeah.
Right. We know it wasn't safe when the first time that these guys ran out because they all died. We know that. Right. So the other thing is, oh, you know what I just thought right now? Going back to what we were thinking about when we were talking about those two people that are coming in.
Yes.
They died because they came from outside in.
Okay, so this is what's
okay. So there's
right?
hold on. My mind is blown right now. I just blew my own mind here. Okay, how can there's only 3 ways those people can die. Here are the 3 ways. One is the obvious, coming from the outside in with no suit on or anything like that,
right?
Or their suit was leaking. Okay, so that's one. 2, he shot them or killed them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Either stabbed them, killed them, whatever, poisoned them. I don't know. Pick your poison, right? That's 2. The other one is the underground approach.
Yes.
They came up, but they were probably exposed and died.
So this is what I kind of questioned about this was when Juliet went down to the second silo, doors were shut. People were trying to get back in. So at some point, when they all went, they were in charge. The people that left, they were in charge. They got the hell out of there. So my mentality is like, so that door leading outside that is shut was left open at some point. But I feel the minute people started dropping, people start to run back inside and shut the door because they saw people starting to drop.
Yeah.
Right. And those people that were in front of the vault where Solo was were probably like, "Let us the hell in," and he was like, "No."
Yeah,
He was like, "No."
but if that was the case, though, we would have saw a lot of dead bodies by the vault. Though we didn't see that many.
True.
We only saw
Yeah.
2, where she
Yeah.
said they're fresh bodies.
They were fresher. Yes. Yeah.
Well, unless that bridge was broken and they couldn't get back across.
Oh, that bridge was. Oh shit. Oh. Oh, that is interesting. Because they did put a bridge down to go get to the other side. So where the hell did that bridge go? Oh my god, this show. The show, man. What the hell? There's so many questions.
Just when you think all your answers have been given to you in season 1, they just throw you another 20. Right?
Oh,
So
damn.
that's what makes this show so good. There's a lot of mystery shrouded. And if you like
Oh,
mystery stuff, then you're gonna love this show.
yeah.
If you're not into mysteries and don't want to wait forever for answers, then you're not gonna like this show.
Nah, not
Well,
at
I
all.
don't mean forever. I mean like towards the end of your season, right? But
Right.
we're 3 episodes in. I think there's a total of what? 8 episodes, I believe.
8 or
Uh,
10, I think.
you want to verify that?
Yeah.
While I go off on a tangent here a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
10 episodes.
10. Yeah. Yeah.
10. Which is great because now we get it's flushed out instead of 8 or 6 episodes like Disney does.
Yes.
Those and these episodes are like 45 minutes to 55 minutes long. They're not 25 minutes like Disney's garbage,
No.
right?
And they give you they're pretty compactful. There's a lot of information that they give you in each episode too.
Good editing. Good editing.
Yes. Yeah.
Not too much wasteful scenes
No.
where they're just not doing much.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So-
Every episode is impactful in some way, shape, or form.
Well, every scene, every section of the episode that they're getting involved, there's actual information coming to you. There's more of these answers and the puzzles coming to you so you can put it all together more, right? And get an idea. So you're starting to get more like we're episode 3 in, and we're starting to get more of a clear picture. We're starting to understand some of the new characters, the new storylines that's happening. We're getting it. It's going the right direction, right?
Yeah.
I truly believe this guy, because in episode 3 at the end, you finally have Steve come out of the vault. Steve Zahn.
Yes.
By the way, his name, Solo? Really?
I thought he was gonna be something weird. He's like, my name's Han Solo. I'm like,
No, because he probably is the new generation, probably doesn't know what Star Wars is.
fair.
Technology has
Absolutely
been
fair.
removed, remember?
Right.
Lucky guy. He doesn't know about acolytes.
The disaster that was the Acolyte and Boba Fett.
He's not privy to this. But you can see that he's got the issue, and he finally gets out of the vault to help her. You can see he's very scared because he's like, I haven't been around anybody for so long. I'm very apprehensive. And she's like, hey, we could just sit here. We could talk. We don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
She's trying to do everything she can to get him to be on her side because she needs him.
She does. Yeah.
Because one of the things is she wants to get back to the other silo.
And
right?
This dude knows where everything in this silo is.
So this is the main story of the main task that she has for season 2 is to get back to the other silo. Before, it was to get out of the silo and see what's out there.
Yep.
Now she knows what it is. Now she has to get back there, but she can't just do it because her suit is damaged. Obviously, the oxygen tank that she had is damaged. So she's got to figure all this out. And good for her is she's an engineer.
Yep.
She is intelligent in terms of figuring out things.
Mm-hmm.
So she just needs the parts.
Yep. And he made her realize too that she does need to get back because she didn't end up cleaning. But part of me is just like, even if she still cleaned and walked away, people would still kind of be like, what the shit just happened?
Well, that's where the restless guys at the bottom are, the blue collar people, right?
Yeah.
They're very restless because they saw her leave. A lot of people believe that she's still alive.
Yeah.
Even the old lady that helped her, right? They believe that she's alive and they want her to succeed, and they're looking to get out as well and have the same approach because they're all curious. Is it safe to be out there? Right?
Yeah.
So,
and that's the biggest question is it safe to be out there? And they think it is because she walked off and survived. But they saw the other two people drop. They saw everybody else drop. And that's what baffles me. There's confusion with them.
Well, I'll
It
tell you why. The old lady, remember, she put the tape, gave her the tape, and so people know
yeah.
about it. I think people know about that because even the judge says, "Hey, I want those same tape." Remember
Well,
to
yeah,
Bernard.
and that's where so yeah, I was just gonna mention that. That's where he took credit for this. He was like, we developed a new tape to try it out. We even asked her if, like, hey, can we try this new tape out with you just to see how it goes? And she bravely said, yes, yes, you can, and we sent her out and clearly it worked for an amount of time because he made them believe trying to make them believe that she's dead. And he promises the silo, like, we are working on new things. We're working on new suits to try and get ourselves back out there so we can see what the outside world is like. He did it so damn smart, man.
Smooth, man, smooth like butter.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm just like, if I was living outside, I believe it. Like, yeah, man, if it's still not safe out there, cool. Like, I'll wait till you've done the new suit and we'll go out.
I'm taking early prediction here. End of season 2, she comes in and calls him a liar, and they send him out to clean.
Ooh.
And then he's done.
That'll be interesting.
Or he goes to another silo
with Miss Judge Meadows.
I want to see other silos.
I think I do too.
Dude, you could go like 10 seasons with this thing.
Yeah. They probably can, man.
I won't be sick and tired of this show if it's 10 seasons in. I'll be fine. As long as you keep that same suspense going. Every silo is a different story.
Yep. Yeah, essentially it is.
It's a whole colony of people with different stories and things to share.
Yep.
Do you think, like, even if she doesn't go to these silos, you could still have stories from those silos connected to this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they'll be like, why the hell are you here? This is not your silo. Go back. Civil war between the silos could happen too, realistically.
If the writers that are on right now stay on, or if they decide to leave, because there's always poaching happening.
Yes.
And they still bring in good writers to replace them, you can go 5 seasons easy with this show. Easy.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm saying season 10, because of the potential this show could have.
I feel that. Do you think...
I do want to say one thing, though, before we forget, is this is based on novels.
Oh, these are based on books. Okay.
Yeah, so the author's name is Hugh Howey. And he has done novels and short stories based on this lore.
Novels and short stories, you say?
Yes.
Short story. Okay. I'm curious about the short stories. I wonder how he'll fit things in. I'm curious.
It's based on a series of novels and short stories.
That's pretty cool. I dig that.
So I honestly, I'm excited for this show, where it's heading. It's really cool that they're doing this season 2, and it's supposed to, in all fairness, I think season 1 was good, but I just feel that season 2 has so much more to give now. It's opened up a bigger platform.
100%. Yeah, there's so I feel like even though we got answers, like questions answered from season 1, season 2 just opened up a whole new book of worms.
Yeah.
Whole new book of worms. Yeah.
Are you dying to see what's behind the vault where Mr. Solo lives?
I am curious to know what's behind his vault, because we know what's in Silo 17's vault, right? Or no, wait, Silo 17 is his silo. I don't know what number silo they're from, but
30 something?
Well, no, he said it has to be like the silos are numbered close to each other. So he's like, are you from 18, 16, 15? Which one are you from? So there's that. Because we know what's in Bernard's vault. It's a big screen, there's a book, and then there's cupboards. And I'm assuming those cupboards have some sort of food inside of them. That's my assumption, just based off Solo and him leaving food outside his vault, because he says he never leaves the vault. So there's got to be some sort of food in there.
And you notice the technology in the vault is so much more advanced.
Way more advanced.
compared to what
way more
everybody else
advanced.
is. Everyone else is using abacus, and this
Yeah.
guy's using OLED TVs,
Yeah.
right? So that's the difference,
Yeah.
right? So
Well, that and they're giving them like they're projecting things on their helmets, which is a wild thing to do. So they have internet somewhere. They have internet somewhere. They're just not giving it to everybody
well, the
else.
Vault definitely has the internet.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100% it does.
I can tell that all because remember in season 1 he does get a warning about your silo breach or something like that. Remember?
Yep. Yep. They probably
So
have
there is.
MSN chat just talking back to one another, man. AOL Messenger, bro.
We just lost 80% of our audience. MSN chat. What's that? They're all trying to download the app now. You guys are liars. There's no such thing as MSN chat on Apple Store. Trust me, people. You'll find out. Dig it up.
Yeah.
You'll find it. Yeah, so you have definitely connectivity from other silos.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right? For sure. There's connected. And then they're all connected in terms of our breach.
Mhm.
I want to go back again because I want to know why these people ran out of their silo. What compelled these guys to run out of their silo and kill themselves?
Well, it was definitely I'm pretty sure Solo said it. It was that dude, Brandon. I can't remember what name he said, but it was because of him. They said he left, he didn't clean, and then 2-3 days later he came back and wrote lies on the screen, and that's what compelled people to go see what the hell was going on outside. Or at least that's
So,
what he
so
believed.
is Brandon the great granddaughter, grandson, father of somebody in this silo?
I feel like he's just a random dude, maybe, man. Or he's a part of
The Illuminati.
the Flame Keepers.
That's their Illuminati. Yeah. The
Yeah.
Flame
Yeah.
Keepers.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. He was
Oh
maybe a part of
man,
the Flame Keepers.
blow the story up. Come on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the show is just crazy. Do you think?
So, okay.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, you go ahead. Finish. I have wanted to ask you some after
No,
question.
no, my mind's a completely separate, or it's not a completely separate question. But
Go ahead. Just ask. Yeah. Go ahead.
do you think Bernard is actually going to build Judge Meadows a proper suit and let her leave?
Okay. So I see what you're saying because I
Because
think
he wants her by his side at all times. He needs her.
but she's questioning him about did she say she wanted to go outside? She's been grilling him.
True. She is questioning. She definitely is questioning him about what Juliet has said.
Okay, so here's the thing though. She wants to go outside. Does she want to die when she goes outside?
You know, this is what I'm confused about.
Is she sick? Does she have some sort of disease that she wants to just die and get it over with?
She probably just doesn't want to be in the silo anymore. She wants to be. I think she really wants to be outside, whether it's good or bad.
But confronting Bernard and like pushing him to the point where he's like, "Screw you! I'm going to kill you. I'm going to give you the shitty suit."
Yeah.
Right. She's getting close to that because she keeps grilling him about did she say it or not? Did she say it or not? If I'm somebody who wants to go outside and live through it, the last thing I want to do is piss off the guy that's going to give me the suit.
Right. Because then he just won't let you out. Even if
he'll let you out, but the suit will be leaking. You'll be dead in 5 minutes.
Right. I mean, it's crazy that she's telling him in secret when she can just go out in front of everybody in public and say,
She can't. Chaos.
I want to go out.
Chaos. She can't.
Oh, no. I'm aware of that.
Yeah,
I am 100% aware of that. But I feel like it might come down to that if he won't let her go. I feel like he's just saying yes, 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 stringing her along for as long as possible. Because he was like, I thought about my suit and tailor it down to you, but no, it'll take some time. He said it'll take some time to custom make her a suit to go out in. I'm just like, how much time? How much time are you trying to drag this out for? Because it ain't going to be that long, I don't think.
No,
because she's starting to have doubts, right? She's starting to have doubts about him, and she knows he's hiding things. I mean, she even called it out. She was like, she said she didn't want to go out, didn't she? And he was just like, I mean, he didn't say yes or no, but his silence gave her the answer that she was looking for. So it's only a matter of time before she flips, I think.
Yeah, they don't definitely look like they want to be partners. Obviously
Well,
Bernard wants
he
to.
wants her. She
Well, he
doesn't want
wants
to
her
be with
not for
him.
being friendship, but he wants her there to strengthen his throne. I think
Yes. Yeah.
I need somebody, an ally on my side, to show that I'm not a liar and I can be trusted.
Yeah.
Because she gave him a vote of confidence when he was giving that speech,
She
right?
did.
That
Yep.
was huge for him because she came and believed in it,
Yep.
right? And then everybody else believed in it too, right?
Yeah. Because the judge's words, I guess, hold a lot of power amongst the
Of
people.
course,
Yeah.
because they see her as a just person
Yeah.
because of her position, right?
Overriding the mayor, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if she sides with the mayor, then she must be, aligning herself with somebody who is being truthful.
Right.
So then the society sees that and goes, "Oh, okay. If she's going to line up with him and believe and say that he is absolutely in the right, then so be it. Then
Hmm.
Juliet made her own decision to go out there. He didn't force her to go out there,
Yeah.
right? But then we got little sheriff here. We got sheriff.
Put it into the footwork.
Yeah, he's asked the people that are around when they took her, and 4 out of 5 said yes, but there was one that
He
said
said
nope.
he said he didn't hear anything, that they were just doing their job, and he believes what the others are saying.
Yep.
And all it took was that one person who didn't have the answer, even though they were supposed to be in that field, for him to question. This is why I like this dude. You know?
Yeah, it's not a consensus.
Yeah. It's got to be 100% foolproof for him to believe it. Otherwise, there's questions to be asked.
So what's obviously happening is they're setting the stage up for Bernard to fall.
Yeah.
It all looks like from the beginning we're getting foreshadow, we're getting clues to Bernard's falling at the end of season 2.
Yep.
That's where it's headed, and I'll be damn and shocked if that doesn't happen.
I I I don't think it will, just because of Sims.
Or here's the thing. Oh, I just thought of another thing. Get ready for this. Sims wants to be his guy,
Yep.
and the wife wants him to be his guy
Yep.
because they were probably promised a greener pasture somewhere else.
I believe so. Yes.
And I think Bernard, when shit hits the fan, is going to run away. Open up a magic door and get the hell out of there.
And leave Sims behind
And
to be in
Sims gets
charge.
screwed. Yeah. No, not get in charge. Just leaves him behind. He gets screwed.
Ooh.
Screw you, Sims. There's only room for
Interesting.
one here.
See, I was kind of thinking the judge was going to end up screwing Bernard, and Sims, even though he got brushed off,
A double cross?
is still loyal to Bernard and ends up screwing the judge over instead.
That's what I
And
said.
ends
A
up,
double cross?
yeah, and ends up becoming his shadow. That's what I think. Because they really want that shadow position. And even though they know the truth about things, they want the shadow position.
What's so
So
important about this shadow position? Better pay?
maybe better pay, better situated,
Better lifestyle?
better lifestyle, maybe eventually leading to the position of mayor or head of IT, maybe, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it could be also like maybe ability to go to pick another silo, live in there. Transfer?
Ooh. If a silo has weak leadership,
If there's connectivity to all the silos, there's got to be some sort of
communication.
times communication, but also like the meeting of the minds kind of thing.
Yeah. Because they all have the same playbook. They all
Literally.
have, yeah, they all have the same playbook. So there is a consensus for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like if you just think about it, all he has to do is open a door, and this thing is blown out big time, real fast.
Hmm.
All Bernard is gonna do is say, "Here, I'm gonna take the key and open this door. This leads to another silo."
Yeah.
Boom! Now we know the whole connection.
Yep. It's gonna be a revelation of sorts.
I'm wondering if our boy going back to the other silo where Juliet is there. I'm wondering if we can trust this guy.
I don't think so, man. I
think he'll snap and try to kill her.
Because he doesn't want to leave the silo. He believes it's safer. He knows it's safer inside.
And he might not be wrong.
Yeah.
That's all he knows, though, so I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I wonder
And-
who told him why to keep the door open. There's so much mystery surrounding him as to why he's doing these things.
Mhm.
And hopefully they flush that out in the next couple of episodes, because maybe they won't, because they want to make sure that he is given that he can switch his mind back and forth from being a good to a bad person.
Yeah.
But I feel that he's going to leak out some more information. That's his character's job, to leak out more information, so we get more of an understanding of what's happened in this silo, right?
Yeah. Do you think he kind of regrets being the only one stuck in there, even though he was told to protect what's in the vault?
I think maybe if he spends the next episode with her and finds out that she's actually a good person and just wants to do right, I think then he's going to start feeling this regret. Like, why did I lock myself out? Why didn't I allow those two people that are dead right there come into a silo with me? You might see some withdrawals, right?
Yeah.
You might see that, or you might see another version where he's that snapped, I'm going to kill you version.
Oh, the psychoness comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have, like, a split personality.
Maybe those eyes are indicators that he is.
Oh, that is a great point.
2 different eye colors, 2
That
different
is
sides.
a great point.
You know?
Foreshadowing to us.
Because it was interesting that this was all that we saw for the first time of this
Yeah.
character.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I think you've hit the nail on the head right there. That was our clue to show that, hey, this guy has 2 different personalities.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he was alone for how long?
Yeah, he's gone crazy.
And he even said, I wanted to know if you were real. So he's clearly talking to people that aren't there, that aren't real. Someone's feeding him.
And his other personality.
Yeah.
He said his name is Silo. What if in the next one he says someone else's name? Oh man, where is episode 4? Give me episode 4.
So scary, dude. To be in that kind of situation alone with another person that you just met in some freaking vault that's been stuck there for years.
If I'm Juliet, I am gonna be very hesitant.
I'm surprised she doesn't have like anything with her. Like, you don't even know this dude. You don't know who he is. He's just stuck in there. And you even question, like, are you seeing other people? And he just shut the damn thing on you. Didn't even answer your question. I'd be shit scared. I would have weapons with me. Just be like, we could talk from afar.
Yeah.
Don't come too damn close. They even hugged.
You know what? What if he's helping her escape, and right before she's going out or something, he tries to cut off the oxygen pipe or something. His other part turns. I could see something like that crazy happening.
Oh, yeah. That'd be so messed up, man. That'd be so messed up.
Because I think for her to survive, they're gonna have to connect a tube or something, because she's got to do the old. Do you remember the old scuba divers in the early 1900s?
Yeah,
they had the metal
circular helmet.
Yeah, with the with the pipe running all the way up at the top.
Yeah,
I think something like that has to be created for her to get to the other silo.
Well, they're definitely going to finagle things, because he was talking about the firefighters' suits, right? And how they're in like blah blah blah, and he was like, those suits were meant to keep the poison out, but they didn't. It was more about the tape than anything else. So she was like, oh shit, you got a point, dude.
Yeah.
I think that's where she started trusting him more, which I still think is a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
I still think is a bad idea, man.
But she had no choice. She needs somebody to help, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's very true.
I'm just wondering if that's the help you need.
Yeah. Well, at this point, she doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, she doesn't. She has no choice at all.
And I feel like she's trying to see the better side, or trying to speak to the better side of him.
Well, even if she knows that she can't trust this guy and he's a bit cuckoo, she's got still no choice.
Yeah.
It's either I deal with this guy and figure it out and maybe live, or maybe die, or I'm definitely going to die sitting out here.
Yep.
Right? Because this guy ain't let me inside that vault.
Mm-mm.
So, I mean, also, we could also have Solo die, and then she ends up taking over that vault. That's another possibility.
Oh, maybe that might end up being the thing where she finds that little underground entrance and, hey, we're going to this silo now. This is our new home.
Maybe while they're looking for equipment to get out, they find a way to get underneath and out.
Yeah. And I think that's what
She takes
Mechanical's
him.
going to find
She
out.
could take him back to her silo.
Right?
Here's evidence that somebody else lives somewhere else.
Ooh.
Because
There's
hey,
other
you can
silos?
say all the things you want, right? But if you show another person from another silo with you coming in, that also cements your argument that Bernard is lying. All the people that have been telling us to go out there and clean, they've been lying to us,
Yep.
saying that we're the only ones around and everybody else is dead. Here's a person from another silo, and I also came back. So isn't that enough evidence for you guys to know that Bernard is a liar?
Yeah. I mean, even just bringing a person from the outside back in, I think is more than enough. And I don't see them
But
any way of arguing it.
But I think she's going to argue in two fronts. Yes, the outside world is bad.
Yeah.
But there are other silos like this guy is from where we can go and visit if we have the right way to tape up and do things properly. We
Right.
should not be stuck to our one silo. We should be always talking and communicating with other silos to share resources and things like that. She could open up a whole door where Bernard does not want that. Right?
Show's
And,
great.
and who knows, maybe the other silos don't want Bernard. Maybe they don't want these guys there. Maybe
Right.
there's politics to be played. I mean, just like in our Earth, there's borders, there's boundaries, there's countries. They
Right.
don't want you coming into their country. They don't want you to go and take their resources. So
Yeah.
it could be the same thing where there's political influx there, saying, "Hey, no, I don't want you guys coming to our silo because you had nothing to give us."
Yeah.
Right. So
It makes me, now that you're saying that too, it makes me wonder if like what they show the people is if there's maybe a silo out there that's showing them like, hey, it is green and lustrous outside, but as you can see, as we go send them out to clean, they still die. They still die regardless.
well, that's what they were trying to say. That hey, the world is nice and hunky dory out there, but you still can't live in it. You can't breathe it. You're gonna
No.
die.
Yeah.
So you gotta stay down here. It's scare tactics. That's what it is.
Oh yeah. 100%. 100%.
Right? So
Yeah.
okay. Well, is there anything else you want to kind of bring up, or you want to give our scores for the episodes?
No, there's nothing else I want to bring up. Like there's just too many questions,
And if for
Now,
anybody's wondering out there, it is on Apple TV. It comes
Yeah.
out every Thursday late night. I think. Well, I say late night for Eastern people, 6 p.m. for Pacific time,
Yeah.
Thursday nights. But officially, it's supposed to come out on Fridays. That's how they advertise it.
yes.
But I've noticed that at 6 p.m. on Thursday nights Pacific time, they drop the episode.
Ooh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so you can check it out. It's a weekly episodic show. Episode 4 will come out this week. It goes all the way up to episode 10. So we still got 6 more juicy episodes to go.
Mhm.
And you better believe it's going to end on a thriller.
Oh yeah.
The way they're doing these cliffhangers, oof. The only thing is it's going to be sad is because they're going to blow the doors off on season 2, and we're going to have to wait another year and a half for season 3. That's what's going to happen.
It's okay. There's other shows we can watch.
I know. But this is a great show. I highly recommend to everybody who is into drama, suspense, mystery. If you like those slow burns that pay off, this is the show to do it. It is clearly my favorite Apple TV show right now. In the last probably 2 years, it's probably one of the best Apple TV shows. That's saying something. And Apple has brought out some bangers. So I highly recommend it. What do you give episode 1, 2, and 3 out of 10 individually?
Okay, so episode 1, I give it about an 8, 8.5.
Pick one.
8.
Okay.
I'll give it an 8. Episode 2 surely threw me off with this whole episode. Even
You
though
really
we
don't like her, huh?
No, man.
I get it. I get it.
I feel just like her acting just feels way too forced, and it's like she knows the reason. As an actress, I would assume she would know the reason, but it just doesn't come off like that, and that's what threw me off. So I'm giving this one about a 7.5, just because of her. A lot of it was around her.
Mhm.
Like maybe 20-30 minutes of it was like her being angry all the time, and I just like, ugh, I don't believe that you're that angry about it, man. It just feels
Yeah.
fake and forced.
Overkill.
Yeah, so I give this one a 7.5. The last episode, though, I'm giving that about an 8.5.
Okay, okay. For me, episode 1 was, I would say an 8.5 because we finally get some more of, other Silo, so which was huge for me. I would say 8.5, and meeting somebody else from another Silo is massive, and that cliffhanger was like, "I'm gonna kill you." That was crazy. So, that was, like, all along, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm waiting for episode 2. I can't wait," right? Counting down the days. So, I would give it 8.5. Episode 2, I'm with you there. I thought of the 3 episodes, this was the weakest one.
Yeah.
But I understand why they had to have these, you don't like me calling them trolls, I'll call them blue collar people. Um, they have to have this storyline coming because this is the rebellion that
Yeah.
we saw in the flashbacks of the other silo. So yeah, I'm with you with there. It was interesting. It had some information in there. It was good. It's a 7.5 for me there as well. But that's still a good score. So that
Yeah.
tells you how strong this show is, that even when it dips, it doesn't dip that far below. Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Episode 3, I'm with you there. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of questions being asked now. A lot of people are getting close to finding out what Bernard's up to. Is he lying or not? So the web that he's weaved, the lies that are embedded in that, is coming to an end.
Yes.
It's closing in of all fronts.
Yep.
From different angles too. The sheriff, the judge, Juliet maybe coming back and blowing the lids off his lie that he's doing.
Yeah.
The
I feel like Mechanical is going to end up showing them like, hey, we've had this tape all along. This was never new.
That's the other thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many people that are coming for him.
Yeah.
And this is going to be an epic ending for him, I think. One where I see him either running away or dying, right? I see those two outcomes coming here, right? Unless he surprises us with something else. But I see an ending coming for Bernard in this show very soon. So that, and then you see the help that she's getting, where she's now made up her mind to go back to her silo. At first, I thought she's going to stay in the silo and make a life for it because she's sick of over there. We didn't talk about one other person, her dad.
Right.
Who is always lying about the birth control. Right? Showing
because he was forced to. He was forced to. Yeah.
But we saw in this episode, he took it out.
No, now hold on.
Oh, okay.
Because we've seen this what happened before in episode 1 of season 1, where they took it out, and Allison ended up cutting it out of her anyway. Now, I would like to believe with everything that's going on, that he's had to change her heart, and he's actually is taking out the birth control.
I believe so.
But with what's happened, maybe he's like, why do I even bother?
Oh, I don't know about that. I think he's doing it for her. Like, hey, my daughter went out there and survived. If she can do something different to change her life and for others, I'm going to do that too. I see the goodness in people. You see the badness in people.
I'm a skeptic.
You just want to see the world burn.
I'm a skeptic, man.
You just want to see the world burn. You want to see East Silo blow up. Bodies flying up.
Let's do it.
Tomato.
Exactly.
No, I definitely give this episode an 8.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, great scores, very similar to your score as well. Yeah. That tells you that, from our point of view, the show is a good show.
Good show. And
does what it set out to do within its genre, right? It's not try to overreach either.
No.
The characters are good, well-written characters. They're not, well, aside from Shirley, which I think she's designed to be insufferable, which is good then, because they're acting and, the character written is done well then.
Yeah, fair.
It's doing its job. Right?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
What we don't see is that, perfect person. Like Juliet, oftentimes we see female characters on a lot of shows, just they're perfect.
Yeah.
They could do no wrong.
Right.
They're always applauded for anything they do, even if they do stupid things. Right. We don't see that in this show. We see her struggle, get her, kicked out of her, suffer, get, have to go through pain. So we see a lot of learning and character building of her, which is awesome to see that in a show.
Yeah.
And all the, the characters behind her supporting cast. I think some of them have some really good talent behind them, especially our sheriff, Common, obviously, what's the name? Tim Robbins. These are well casted, seasoned vets even the doctor, the dad, these are all seasonal vets that are doing well, and then you have the rookies that come in there, like the sheriff. I mean, he's not a rookie. I've seen him in other things, but in terms of career wise, he's fairly young in Hollywood,
Yeah.
and you see him really developing and becoming a good character. And it's that supporting cast, the well written script, the good camera work, and one thing I didn't like was it's a lot of dark areas,
Yeah,
but,
I
but
noticed
it's a
that too.
silo. It's not sunshine and lollipops,
And they
right?
don't have. It seems like that silo's kind of running on auxiliary power almost.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
So
understandable.
yeah, it's a locale, so we get it. But overall, I think it's a really good show. Uh,
Yeah.
you've heard Sheldon's marks, you've heard our marks. I want to hear your guys' marks. If you watch these episodes, let us know in the comments what you gave for each episode. Are you going to be watching it? Have you started watching it? Go check it out if you're into that stuff. Also, if you're new here, welcome. Like I said in the beginning, hit the subscribe button, hang out with us, hit the like button. For everybody who watches us, I appreciate all of you guys for doing that. We have multiple shows every week. We've got our Monday night show, which is tomorrow. I'll be back with my partner, D, talking about all things collectibles in terms of action figures and news from that kind of world. And a little bit of pop culture we'll throw in, and the world famous dad joke that everybody loves to hate, including Sheldon.
Just keep it to the Monday shows, man. Don't bring it to the other shows.
You shut it before I start it. I'll do a knock joke for you. No, not today. I'll do one if you keep it up. And then we have our Thursday night show. This week we do not have a show because Sheldon is away on assignment, and so is Chris doing their little thing. Unfortunately, yes. But it's Thursday nights, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. And then obviously the Mighty Show, which will continue next Sunday. We'll talk about episode 4. We're not doing 3 episodes, so thank God for that.
Yeah.
We're going to do 4 episode.
And
episode
actually
4.
dissect it.
Yeah, we'll dissect it and we'll try to get into it. We couldn't do 3 episodes in this show. It would take us like 7 hours.
Yeah,
right?
And that's my bad, guys. I apologize.
No, that's okay. That's okay. You can let Sheldon know how frustrated you are, guys. No, just kidding. But we appreciate everybody that is subscribed to our channel. Thank you so much. Sheldon, say bye to the people, and we will see them next week.
See you later, guys.